And welcome back to Cinema Vino. It's good to have you guys along for the ride here. It's our second Fantastic Four movie.
Flame on.
Flame on.
Flame on.
Indeed.
On indeed.
And for this movie, it's going to be clobbering time.
Flame on to this wine, though.
Yeah, we're drinking another red blend with 4 grapes.
I could slam this.
This is proprietary
I
Ridge.
think you mean you could clobber those.
This is about half the price of the one we did for our last episode.
Slobbering time?
It's slobbering time.
I've Googled that before.
I'm feeling lucky. No, this is Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre, and I believe Merlot mixed in. This is an odd mixture of 4
This
grapes.
is a GSMM?
Yeah.
But it says G3.
Yeah, but I made sure there are 4 grapes in this one.
Huh.
So, yeah, we're doing wines with 4 different grapes.
What region is this from?
13.5%.
Yeah.
Oh.
This will be a lot mellower than what we had.
Columbia Valley?
A lot softer. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Columbia.
Much softer.
So, yeah, it's going to be a Washington red blend. Beautiful area. I mean, I've been close. I've been in Oregon, which is right underneath it, like in the Columbia Valley. So, I've been in the Oregon version of the Columbia Valley.
Gorgeous cherry blossoms.
Beautiful. And I've been through Washington as a teenager. It was very pretty.
Oh.
A beautiful country. So,
Dogwood smell like cum.
just,
I think all plants do.
yeah.
By nature.
I think you're thinking about Bradford pears there, sweetie, but I might be wrong. So let us know in the comments. Keep us up to date on that.
This tree is salty.
Wait, what did you say?
Tay needs a minute.
Wait, what? I don't need anything.
I believe the defendant said dogwood smell like cum.
That's
Objection, Your Honor.
Travis, please don't Google dogwood cum. I was like, I think we're going to go down a wild hill.
We're going to careen out of control at this point.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I think we're in the right headspace for this movie.
Yeah, we're gonna let Travis take a little breather here and Google some odd things. So yeah, this is a good little easy drinking $18 red blend.
Yeah.
So this is good socializing wine. Just pour this for your guests, people who like them kind of a balanced, mid-bodied, not too heavy, not too light red.
When you have this many grapes, do you just kind of call it a red blend just because you can't call it anything else?
This is a mutt.
Yeah.
This is a mutt wine. Yeah. A little bit of everything, but yeah, the basic core of those grapes are going to be pretty well balanced,
Yeah, GSM, that's a known commodity, right?
very food friendly. You can do this with a lot of different stuff. So,
Cum.
there,
You mean dogwood?
So this Fantastic Four came out July 8th, 2005, 20 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah. So welcome to that. Everybody feel old in the room. This grossed $330 million against a budget of $100 million. So again, 100 times the budget of the previous film.
This grossed how much? 300 million?
330 million.
Okay.
This was directed by Tim Story, who also directed the movie Barbershop, in case you're wondering.
And Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, and yes, that one too. In terms of overall aesthetics, this movie is the opposite of what we just watched. This has bigger, more meticulous sets, bigger action, more recognizable actors, more well-known filmmaker and writers, but still, not necessarily a better screenplay or directing. Comparing these two films, you can get a sense of the things that money can buy and the things it can't. This follows the same basic outline of the earlier film with a lot of the same, as we said, same dramatic beats. The characters are still kind of the same Fantastic Four archetypes with Reed Richards as the smart, brilliant scientist guy. His frenemy is Dr. Doom. They're kind of rivals who, have to work together early on. Things don't go well. Victor Von Doom is played by Julie McMahon, who recently passed away. And does a pretty decent Dr. Doom.
All right.
Yeah.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Reed Richards is played by Ewan Griffith. I had to look up how to say his name. Welsh man, and Welsh language is interesting. So, Ewan Griffith. In this variation, the two are rivals for the affections of Sue Storm, who works for Doom in this version.
Jalba.
Yeah, Jessica Alba. With great casting all around. I think Michael Chiklis is a good Ben Grimm. That's a good choice. Kind of the burly best buddy sidekick dude. Johnny Storms, Chris Evans, cocky,
Great casting.
yeah, spot on. Again, does a great job as like the cocky hothead.
He can be Human Torch. He can be Captain America. He can be Jaws. He'll play the shark.
Yeah, he can be whatever he needs.
And he got to reprise this role in Deadpool and Wolverine.
He
Oh,
did.
shit, that's right.
And use his catchphrase, which is cute. And yet again, the team ends up in space, and yet again, they get exposed to cosmic rays, and they get the blessing and the curse of superpowers. And at the same time, Doom gains his own power and inflates his ego and sets on his plan to destroy the Fantastic Four. This version is arguably better than the version we just watched, but I could argue that point. It's more pleasing to the eye. It checks off a lot of the big studio boxes that they poured money into it. You can see the results on screen for the money. But I don't know that the screenplay is better. This is one of the clunkier screenplays of a major movie especially a superhero movie that I've ever read. Roger Ebert had a good point that when he reviewed this movie, it came out around the same time as Batman Begins. It came out around the same time Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2.
It's got a lot of rehash.
Spider-Man 1 was 02. Spider-Man 2 was like 04, 05.
Well, and if the predecessors were X-Men.
Yeah.
The X-Men's have already come out. So that's what I was comparing this one to. It was more like the X-Men.
This one really suffers in comparing.
Well, Spider-Man was such a huge blockbuster, right? That was the dragon that everyone was chasing.
And it gets so many things right.
Yeah.
So,
well, they stole, this Dr. Doom stole so many Norman Osborn things.
Yeah.
About having trouble with the board of directors, getting kicked off, going out for revenge.
Gotta have
on
results.
The board of directors.
Yeah. This movie's well cast, and the special effects are serviceable. Some of them don't age well. Again, especially like coming out at the same time.
2005.
If I can say it now because I will forget later. Green Goblin also had a thing for masks, and then had his glider and stuff, and then got his favorite Goblin mask. Old Doomy had a mask in the thing. And was like, I'm also going to rock this bad boy.
It was his dad's mask. Okay, his ancestors. I don't know. Nobody cares.
And so, this is one of the more like clunky scripts, like expository dialogue. It's like if I'm teaching a screenwriting class, this would be the script I'd teach kids about. Expository dialogue. This is a good example of telling and not showing over and over and over. It's like, Reed and Sue are out on the Manhattan docks. It's like, this is where we had our first kiss. Do you remember? And it's like, she's talking to a guy who has like a hard drive for a brain. It's like, of course he remembers. He probably remembers the day and the minute. Exactly.
Yeah. I built this thing to house all the power from this solar array.
Yeah.
This thing is going to hold all of the power. The
power of the sun. But then it's it's like we're going to meet Johnny Storm. It's like, he got kicked out of NASA for bringing 2 chicks up on the launch pad. It's like, it's like we're going to meet this. Let's make sure we recite his biography out loud to the audience. Just over and over and over. It's so clunky. So I would give this honestly a 4.5 out of 10. That $100 million gets you an extra 0.5. So
that very similar.
Well earned.
Yeah.
Well earned.
I was not pleased with this film. I will say I didn't enjoy Roger Ebert's review where he said that The Thing looked like a cross between Don Rickles and Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Now I can't unsee that. Now all you can see is Don Rickles.
Yeah, and Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. So I was not impressed with this movie. And it's in a way, I was less impressed with this than I was the 94.
I'm kind of saying
YouTube movie.
Yeah.
So it was a very clunky. I like the act. I think everybody in this movie could have made a better movie with a better script. I approve of everybody that was cast.
Yes.
Including Doom. I thought everybody was well placed, but not impressed with the result screenwriting wise. This was a very clunky story.
See, they did the reverse. You could see Doom and his face way too much until the end.
Yeah.
The 94 one, you saw him a little bit at the beginning, and then he was masked the rest.
Yeah. Masked the whole time.
Yeah.
But he had to.
He had to act through that mask the whole time.
He was acting a little bit too much through the mask.
Yeah.
Maybe do more of the eyes, less the.
Fingers?
The fingerings.
Well, what was it? Was Inspector Gadget that was like the all you ever saw was just like the hand just kind of doing
Dr.
this.
Claw.
Yeah, the Dr. Claw like hand, and there's cat. That's what they should have done with it. That's the move with a Doctor Doom of that style, is you never show his face until the very end.
Yeah.
Even then, you keep it limited. This one, they kind of forced him to act.
Yeah. But I would have approved the cat too. If he
I would have,
100%, yeah.
like a white Cheshire cat.
You want Dr. Doom to have a cat like Blofeld?
Perfect.
Yes.
The cat's name Blofeld.
Yeah. So Trav, what would you give it?
So the other one I gave a 5, or a 4, but a Fantastic Four 5. This one, I give this one's a 4. Or no, it's a 5, but a Fantastic Four 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's reverse. Whatever.
You score this lower.
Yes. Yeah. It just didn't. It was good. Like Johnny Storm was pitch fucking perfect. I had heard at one point when they were going to reboot this and recast it, they wanted even like a hothead kind of guy that was popular. They wanted Zac Efron, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's
In 05?
And then this was during 2015 or whatever.
Yeah.
Zac Efron or even Justin Bieber. And I was like, what? That could be genius if he could act.
Yeah.
But they just needed they needed the teen heartthrob, but nobody has played it as well as Chris Evans.
No. He had a banana up his butthole.
What?
Oh.
Not another teen.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. That is a classic act.
But yeah, he had whipped
Taylor,
cream
you
on his
saw Captain
Yeah.
America. He did excellent as Steve Rogers.
Yes.
You saw Fantastic Four. He did excellent as Johnny Storm. If you want to, he could have played the banana in his own ass if he wanted to.
That's some range right there.
Yes.
Good source of potassium too.
It is, yeah.
It's true.
Boof and
The
banana.
Thing looked like a melted Michael Chiklis. They made it look more like Michael Chiklis and not like The Thing. Like, he didn't even have any definition or depth in him, like compared to the 1994 version. You see what they did with their budget, and then you see what these guys did, and it just doesn't, like, even the crack, like, he didn't look good.
Yeah.
They tried. Johnny Storm looked great because it looked like all they did was took a negative version of him and then gave him, flame overview. Like, it didn't seem like it was going to cost that much to do that CGI.
Yeah.
Because half of it was done already. Sue Storm, she was great. She wasn't always the damsel in distress, but she couldn't use her powers. We're like, God, we can't get through this crowd. Hurry up, get naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah. You may or may not be able to turn it off and on at will, but get naked.
I would think that, Mr. Fantastic would have been able to spring or step over the crowd, or Human Torch would have been able to flame on and people would be like, oh shit, we should move. But they're like, no, Sue, you got to get naked.
Yeah.
Also, nice new bra and panty set. Well done on that lingerie.
So they knew our audience is a lot of teen boys. Make sure she reappears long enough to see her.
It made me think of Alice Eve in the Star Trek, was it 2?
Into Darkness, yeah.
Into Darkness, where she has to be like, I'm changing.
Yeah. and the director's like, linger on that for 5, 4, 3. That's great.
And pan down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do another take just to make sure we got that one.
You had to have old Maria Menounos made a little cameo in this as the nurse and ski partner of Johnny Storm. That was great. Julian McMahon did a good job as Victor, but you could see that he tried to sneak in like an accent affectation a little bit every here and there.
Yeah.
This is not Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom does not have like the fantastic powers of being like metal and electricity guy. They were just trying to yada yada and get him some kind of powers to be
something to be competitive with Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like I said in the last podcast, like you always in this first act, you give the bad guy the powers at the same time as the good guys. He is going to get more powerful faster because in the third act, the good guys have to figure out how to use their powers, figure out teamwork, and then overcome the bad guy.
That is, I'm not trying to jump in.
Beat for beat, that's going to be your origin story.
But that's the first, when you said that last episode, I thought, oh my God, that is exactly what happened in this one, but way worse.
Way worse.
Because I was watching it and I looked at the time. When we finally got past stuff to the battle, we had watched a fucking origin story for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had 40 minutes left of, I'm like, the first act was a fucking hour. And then I was like, I get it. It was an origin story, but I was like, this is outrageous. Because it was like right when I think Doom killed the guy. And I was like, so now we just started. We are now, everyone is now ready to party, and we have 40 minutes left.
Yeah, like I said, they do
fuck?
so much of just like telling and not showing that like they have to really just spend the whole first act just like telling you here's why they're doing it, here's what they're doing, here's how they're doing it.
Yeah.
And they took from the 1994 version where of course Thing gets butthurt and he has to leave the group and then he has to go out on his own.
Dude, he gets butthurt every time.
Yeah, and he's got to struggle with his place in the world.
I'm
while
a
he's looking
monster.
grotesque and
Hulk had to take the stairs. He didn't get pissed.
Yeah.
He just
Busted through the bottom.
Yeah, I was like,
that's true.
That's right.
But yeah, they also had like Doom trying to break him up or trying to get rid of the Thing first.
Yeah, divide and conquer.
Or what were the other plot points that I'm missing? There were at least 2 or 3.
There was a boat in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I zoned out for a lot.
I know. I was like,
they had the whole Alicia Masters where they shoehorn her in. Like she's at a bar. She's like, hey, I think you're hot because you're.
Oh, no, Ben Grimm's wife leaves him. Her fiance?
Yeah, real quick.
And
she just strumpet
drops it like
she's like, you're disgusting.
I get they wanted to get to the point where Thing is trying to pick up the wedding ring, which is a great visual of being like, oh shit. But she just really, she showed up. She's like, fuck this.
Yeah. Can we talk about how it made one of his fingers disappear? He only had 4 fingers.
Yeah.
How did that work?
Yeah.
Science.
Science, man.
Outer space.
Of all the things to not explain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, and, Alicia kind of does the Lionel Richie, music video for Hello, where it's like, Lionel Richie, like, romances his blind student.
Oh, in the 94 version, right?
Really,
she
makes a sculpture.
Yeah.
But even in this one, she puts, like, in the Lionel Richie video, like, she studies his face and she runs her hands all over it. And it's like, I kept waiting for the song. It's like,
hello.
Yeah, I was like, man, again, one more whole point if we got Lionel Richie in this movie somewhere.
Yeah.
So
also there was way too many lines where like, you know what happens to rubber when you get cold? It reminds me of Storm. Like, what happens to a toad when he gets struck by lightning?
Yeah.
The same thing that happens to everything else.
Yeah.
Like what? That was a Joss Whedon line and it made the cut.
Yeah.
This movie went so far as to be like, okay, let's show him gathering weapons, and it's like flame retardant, stone breaker. Like, okay, all right,
yeah.
It was a bit much all the time, but Jessica Alba was hot.
She's a great choice. Yeah, she's easy on the eyes.
I'm sure I'll interrupt somebody else, but
and it was an appropriate age gap.
Yeah,
yeah, it's a.
So you're 4.
It's a 4, but a Fantastic Four 5.
Shoujo?
I give it a 5. I watched this one first, and then 2015, and then I went back and watched 94.
No, it's a 5, and it's a Fantastic Four 4. Sorry.
And I think it kind of, that changes my view a little bit. I think if I had watched it 94, then 15, maybe that would change the way I perceive this one, but this one was fine. It was an acceptable movie. But the budget's egregious. Like the amount that they spent for the quality of movie that they got out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the context of all the other comic book movies that were coming out at the time, you could kind of see how they were just throwing their hat in the ring. And it very much felt like that. It felt like they were just like, oh, we also do comic book movies. Yeah. We are Fox. We make movies.
Yeah.
And not knowing that they were like 3 years out from getting their asses blown off. Yeah. Like they were so out of their league, but they threw their hat in the ring and they tried. And I respect it, I guess. They at least weren't doing this to try to retain the rights, right? Like, I mean, that might have been an aspect to capitalize. They were trying to capitalize. They were trying to do something profitable.
Yeah.
and trying to make a good movie out of it. But like so many big Hollywood projects do, it got edited to shit. The script probably got script doctored to hell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was cut down to an hour and a half where they were competing with movies that were given the breath to, be a full movie.
Well, Fox had already gotten to do X-Men and Daredevil for this.
Which...
2 X-Men, I think.
Yeah, 2. The second one came out in 2003. I looked it up.
Okay.
I would put Daredevil above this.
It's a low bar, but yeah.
It's
Daredevil is real kitchen sink.
You know what? I would agree, though.
Great
I would
soundtrack.
Great
Daredevil,
soundtrack.
yeah.
And the director's cut with Coolio. Not bad.
No.
Yeah.
You had me there with Coolio.
I think in the context of when it came out,
Why was there a director's cut of Daredevil? We'll gloss over that. We'll gloss over that.
There was a Coolio subplot where you actually got to see Ben Affleck be a lawyer and get somebody off.
There you go.
I'm just going to leave that sentence like that.
Hey-o.
Anyway, R.I.P. Coolio.
Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah. I have his cookbook. Cooking with Coolio.
Cooking with Coolio.
Yeah.
God damn.
Is that like Sudafedrin and like, witch hazel?
He's got a pretty, I'll show it to you later. It's a pretty great cookbook.
Yeah.
Delicious peanut butter cookies.
Great. Kicking wings. He's got great wings.
Yeah.
Ooh. Kicking wings or kicking wangs?
Kicking wangs. It was a movie and it was fine. I don't know. I think in the context of the other comic book movies that were coming out at the time, this was a fair attempt. It deserved a sequel because I wanted to see them get a second shot at it and see what they could do. And they fucked it up.
Yeah.
Obviously not good. Like they could have improved so much. They set up a lot with these characters. And once you get the introduction and the, origin story movie out of the way, you give yourself a very open road for doing something either really good or something really bad.
Yeah.
And Marvel has realized if we're going to keep introducing characters, we got to stop doing origin stories because that basically scraps one whole movie that people may or may not like or care about.
Yeah.
You kind of just got to throw stuff in and then see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's great. That works.
The sequel was very much like, hey, kids, you like Fantastic Four? Do you like Galactus? Well, here's John Voight's ballsack.
Yeah.
Old Patton Oswalt. You like Angelina Jolie? She give you big old boners? Here's John Voight's ballsack.
Well, this movie even starts off like it's a pet peeve, especially back then, of like movies that like impose their sequels upon you before the movie's over.
Yeah, you're watching, you're like, oh man, the sequel's going to come out. It's fun.
Yeah.
And they rip off at the credit scene for this one, they rip off Raiders of the Lost Ark, where like they're panning out all the shipping containers on.
Yeah.
And it's like Latveria. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
They're already pushing the sequel on me before, like, how do you know I'm going to watch a sequel?
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
You'll be back, you sick fuck.
And I watched it and I hated it.
Yeah.
There we go.
But yeah, I'd give this movie a 5. I respect the attempt. I think if I had watched the 94 version before this, I would have seen the parallels a bit more, but having gone in blind with it and just kind of, rewatching, because I had seen it before, but, in clips on fucking TBS or whatever, it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. I didn't hate myself for watching it.
It's like C's get degrees.
Yeah.
Yep,
it was, and the fact
that's
that
very accurate.
this mediocre of a movie was a tight 90 or tight, 100 minutes.
It was 90. I don't know if it was tight.
No, it was something. Yeah.
Anything more would have been terrible. Anything less would have been like, okay, this was a terrible movie.
Yeah.
I think 90 is exactly how long this movie needed to be.
Yeah.
And
that is true. That is, there could be no more.
Yeah.
But
it was just the right amount of bad movie.
Yeah.
It was like
my tolerance doesn't go past 90 minutes if it's that quality.
It's like it was a shitty meal, but a really good portion.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like when you get Taco Bell, if you get too much Taco Bell, if you get the party pack and you eat it alone, you're going to hate yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you like thread the needle on exactly how much Taco Bell to get, you're going to think
you'll be, all right, I'm okay.
I'm pleased.
Just the right amount of diarrhea.
Yeah.
So,
and that is a great, and not this one, it's just the right amount of diarrhea.
That is actually, I need you to go back and put this in your review.
Yeah.
Just the right amount of diarrhea.
Just the appropriate amount, not too much.
Yeah.
You don't want to overdo that.
It's like you were a little constipated before.
Yeah.
And then you feel flushed out,
Yeah.
And you don't feel like you're in a bad spot.
Yeah. just for that little brief moment in there, it's clobbering time.
Yeah.
Yep.
You stay hydrated.
Yeah, that's when you want to go weigh
some
yourself.
water.
And you're like, oh, man, I lost 2
Yeah.
pounds.
Look at that.
Lost 2 pounds watching this. Damn.
It's water weight, but you know what?
Not going to last.
And for the people at home, you're thinking, man, this is gross. It's like, go watch this movie and you'll understand, like,
Oh, yeah.
what we're saying is accurate.
Yeah.
It's the appropriate amount of diarrhea.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mild digestive emergency in movie form.
It's like you kind of needed something to clear you out.
Yeah.
But
Stan Lee cameo as
He did.
the
He
loving, like mailman Willie Lumpkin.
Willie.
Willie Lumpkin.
Thanks, Willie.
Thanks, Willie Lumpkin.
And I will be curious to see once we do see the 2025 version, like, if we can definitively say, like, you don't need to see either of these to have any proper appreciation or understanding of.
Oh, God, no. There's no.
No.
I mean, yeah, there's.
I'm on that track of like, you don't need to bother with these if you haven't seen them so far. So
Look, now this, perfect amount of diarrhea. Remember that you've talked about this and said this. Get ready for all of
2015.
Kate Mara's wigs. Fantastic Four 2015.
Yeah, I've already watched the 2015.
When they had to go and do reshoots and pickups,
yeah,
her wig changes in every other scene.
that might be, instead of the appropriate amount of diarrhea, that might be the time I accidentally drank some water in the shower in Mexico. So
Oh, no.
yeah, I accidentally got a little bit of shower water.
Yeah.
So it didn't end well.
You forgot where you were.
Yeah. And eventually in every way that you can.
Oh.
yeah.
Ay, muchacho.
Every which way but loose.
Yeah. And loose.
And
So,
loose.
Yikes. Taylor?
5. Straight up a 5. Didn't like. I saw it in theaters. I've seen it. I think even since then, I hadn't seen it in a long time.
It's on TV all
Exactly.
Or
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, and I now watching it again, I can say, like, I did not like how long it fucking took to get to. It was like Dr. Doom was realizing his powers for how long?
Yeah.
How many times did he find a scar? How many times did his metal at his finger
that
explode?
scar keeps getting
Yeah.
bigger.
I'm just like-
not going to think about
I'm
that.
like, Christ.
And
And I
keep
was,
fingering himself.
yeah, I was like, bro.
As you do.
Yeah. And then so that killed me. That is just how long everything took. And when I was watching it, the first thing I thought, and I looked it up, I was like, man, they are really kind of like really doing a lot of shit with these 4 characters. Well, 5 characters.
Yeah.
Like, what the? I was like, well, I don't think X-Men fucked it up. I'm like, when did it? Because they had a shit ton of characters. I'm like,
First one was in, what, 99?
2000.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, X-Men could fucking do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? And,
Yeah.
so that's why I was like, I don't know what they were, like you said, maybe the budget was too big and they could just do too much.
Yeah.
And, again, the CGI, because I remember Spider-Man. I think
It's a great movie.
it still holds up.
Yes.
But
Very
when,
well.
Swinging through the city.
but when,
Sam Raimi?
but when Reed sticks his hand under the door, I was like, get fucked, man. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
no. And I was like, I don't remember it being that bad. And I was like, oh, man. And I was like, but I don't remember what really went on in 2005.
Yeah.
But I still was like, woof,
Yeah.
woof. I was like, and again, I watched this after the 94, 92, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, man, it ain't that much better. And it was like, I mean, yeah, it's computered, but I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's a 5. The acting I thought was okay. I did. Again, Johnny Storm was great. Jessica Alba's hot. I don't even really think she's a great actress, but she definitely fit that role to get me to go watch it.
Yeah.
That's the tightest ponytail I've ever seen in my life.
Very
Her
tight.
hair,
Yeah.
like, geez. Snatched.
Yeah.
I think is the word the kids say these days. It doesn't even pertain to hair, but that's what I think.
And
Yeah.
Does it not?
No.
Do the kids not say that?
No, I just say it randomly.
And I'm gonna mess it up, but I had a few drinks since then. But what happened? One of the great roles in this movie, which I was like, why is this even in here? Why is it even a scene? But like you said, it's like they're retelling everything 4 billion times. Where Doom is rich, wealthy, he's hot, he can get any girl he wants.
He has Facebook.
And that's why he's going after Sue. And it was like when he's sitting there and his little you say henchman,
Yeah.
but his like assistant was like, why her, sir?
Yeah.
I was like, you can have any girl you want. I'm like, why was this even a line?
Yeah.
Why is this even a scene?
Yeah.
He's sitting there waiting for dinner, like you said, like building up that hatred.
Well, why her? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, why are you even in this, man?
Yeah.
I said, why are you even? He was like, and perhaps, sir, it adds, it humanizes you. And I'm like, why is this even a scene, man?
Yeah.
And it was like, so that's the only reason why I didn't like this one is I think I was like, just like, wow, this could have been, dare I say, trimmed.
Yeah, this could have been
It was
email.
like, this could have been trimmed.
This could have been an email.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, listen, I'm listening to a guy argue against dating Jessica Alba. This is an interesting argument. Like, why
her, sir? This homely girl.
Yeah.
I forgot that in both the 94 and this version, Batman exists in both worlds, because the Human Torch in the 1994 version, when they're talking about how they get their powers, like, Johnny, you're a hothead. Ben, you're trying to do this. I'm trying to stretch all over the place. Like, they're saying something, and then Johnny Storm and that is like, holy something Batman. And I was like, so they know who Batman is? He exists in this universe? And then in this one, Johnny Storm again is like, hey, look, I got the costume. It needs a little something, right? And a little extra thing. And then Ben Grimm is like, yeah, like a utility belt or something. I was like, Batman again.
Yeah.
That's the second Batman reference in two Fantastic Four movies.
Does this movie do anything to explain their powers, like how each of them got their powers? I don't. I know in the 15 and the 94 version they kind of do.
They basically said it just somehow tied to the personality.
Yeah.
I will say this: the so Mr. Fantastic is like the leader, but his only power is stretching. I think one of his other powers is like when you're in the superhero world and you're like the smartest man and you've got to do this. I think he also has like neuroplasticity, I think, is part of his power. So he gets to like, he's the same genius he's always been, but he gets to have all these ideas.
It's a jump.
That's why he gets
to conclusions.
Exactly. Yeah. But this came out the same summer as Batman Begins.
Terrible.
And I was more excited for this movie than I was Batman Begins. And I went and saw Batman Begins. I was like, all right, cool. I could barely see what was happening in some scenes. It was better than I thought it was going to be. But wait for Fantastic Four. And then I saw this and I was like, damn it. I'm going to go back and watch Batman Begins again.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the Venture Brothers? TV show? No, nobody. They did a really good takedown of, not a takedown, I don't know. It's the whole show is kind of a parody of like other cartoons and other stuff going on.
Yeah.
There is an episode where they go to like an Arctic lab that is basically run by the Fantastic Four, essentially. Stephen Colbert is the voice of Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
And basically, he's the only one that has powers that are actually practical. Everyone else is just like, has some terrifying, like, turns into rocks or is like constantly on fire, or only her skin turns invisible. And so you just see like muscle.
Ooh.
It's great. It's a good episode.
Yeah.
Apparently they were almost going to have David Tennant as Mr. Fantastic in the First Steps movie.
Interesting.
I'd have to hear his American accent. I know he's tried it before and it's been a little shaky.
Well, either him or Matt Smith. Every time I watch Doctor Who, I'm like, that actor needs to play Reed Richards.
Yeah.
I like Matt Smith.
Yeah.
I like both. David Tennant's a great actor.
Yeah.
I'd fuck them both.
Yeah.
Todd?
So yeah, I would say that again, I'd be about a 4 in this one.
Yeah.
I would say this is a strong 4. So
Fantastic Four.
yeah, underwhelming. And I'll be curious. I have not seen the 2015.
I haven't either.
Ever?
Because never.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
I told them not to.
Yeah.
I bought the DVD. I was like, if you ever want to, I will let you borrow this, but do not give this piece of shit money.
I didn't have the liberty of knowing you back then, so
Sorry. That's exactly what I said. I was like, guys, if you ever want to watch it, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Don't celebrate mediocrity.
Yeah.
Don't reward bad behavior.
I don't even know, other than like, was it Kate Mara and Michael B. Jordan? I'm not sure who else is in it.
Miles Teller.
Yeah. Teller and Jordan. That's the only two that I knew.
Kate Mara's husband is the Thing. And he was also in, I can't remember his name, but he was also in the Peter Jackson King Kong.
Who was Doom in that one?
Youngster. Toby Kebbell. He was in Layer Cake, or no, not Layer Cake. What's the other Guy Ritchie?
He's in British Bake Off.
Rock and Rolla.
now you have to get layer cake for that podcast.
Yeah. There we go.
He was in a Guy Ritchie movie, that Rock and Rolla, and then he was in, I don't know, he's been in something else, but
yeah.
Yeah, not a It was good casting. I mean, honestly, that's good casting.
I think, I think these two were the Silver Surfer and this one had good casting. So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was played by Doug Jones and then voiced by Lawrence Fishburne. But I think
Silver Surfer was
just straight up in the sequel to this film, The Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Love Doug Jones. Yeah, the help.
Yeah, Doug Jones again.
Yeah,
he was Abe Sapien.
Perfect.
And David Hyde Pierce did the voice in the first Hellboy.
Yeah,
and then Doug Jones just did it in the second one. Doug Jones just could have done Silver Surfer. They didn't need. I mean, Lawrence Fishburne, great, but they keep his voice. Doug Jones is a fucking treasure.
Darth Mullet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, solid 4 for me. So you were a 5.
I'm a 5, but Fantastic Four, 4.
You were a 5. And I'm a 4. So there we go. We're all coming in the same range. So, but yeah, it's been another episode of Cinema Vino. Great movies, Only Drunker. Proprietary Ridge, Red Blend. It's a great blending of 4 grapes, 2021.
No Herbie in the 1994 or in the 2005.
Yeah.
The car, like the Beetle? That splits in.
Again, one more whole point if Herbie had been eaten.
Yeah.
If I'd seen a bug with a 53 on the side of it.
No Fantastic Car in this. No Pogo plane. They did have a Fantastic Car in 1994, but we just saw it go. It was real bad.
But yeah, so great movies. Only Drunker. We got Travis Budd.
It's your boy.
Sean Jordan.
It's your boy.
Showjo. Tio.
Hello.
My name's Todd. And yeah, tune in next time. We're going to do the God Help Us, the 2015 version. So check it out. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.